Penguin Random House Audio presents A Charming Touch of Tarot by Melissa Holtz. Read for you by Piper Goodeve and Aaron Shedlock. For my mother, who taught me that kindness is the foundation of a meaningful life, and that stepping on others will never lead to true fulfillment. You ignited my love for all things spooky, and inspired a deep appreciation for the traditions that add a touch of magic to the everyday. Your unwavering love and support have shaped me into the person I am today. This is for you, with all my love. 1. The Moon. I watch from the doorframe of my great room, savoring the moment. My favorite people are all here under one roof, celebrating Christmas Eve together, and it's a sight that warms my heart. Lanie, Nina, and Ava are huddled together in their matching red and white plaid reindeer jammies, alternating between shoving holiday goodies into their mouths and sipping from piping hot mugs of Bailey's hot chocolate, minus the Baileys for Ava. The largest charcuterie board I've ever made sits on the coffee table, overflowing with an assortment of cheeses, crackers, popcorn, and various cookies and candies I purchased from a bakery in downtown Knox Harbor. I've been running back and forth from the kitchen playing the part of hostess, a role I've always enjoyed, but haven't been up to for some time. In the past few years, the merriness of the season was tempered by sorrow and self-pity. Tonight, it's been all laughter and no tears, the way Christmas Eve should be. Those who matter most are in this room, singing along to the song playing on the television. Lanie belts out "Deck the Halls," punching at the air. Nina pulls in her upper lip, grimacing into the side of Lanie's head. And Ava sings the song without a care in the world, just happy to have her two aunts here with us. We're bonded by more than blood and DNA. These are sacred friendships that we've chosen. They weren't thrust upon us out of duty and an age-old tale that blood somehow trumps all. While my parents are hundreds of miles away, likely playing cards with friends, my maid family is here, choosing me, and that's not something I take lightly. Since the accident that took Garrett from me, Lanie has made Christmas Eve our thing. It was her attempt to pull me out of my despair, long enough to ensure that Ava had the Christmas she deserved. This time, we have the bonus of Nina being here. Before this year, she has always been required to attend Knox Harbor's Christmas Eve ball, a charity event that her slimy ex had nothing to do with organizing, but took all the credit for. Due to the shocking events that unfolded earlier this year, the event was canceled. I take a second to relish how this year, Richard Dunbar is celebrating Christmas in prison, while Nina gets to curl up on my oversized couch, comfortable and cozy. Not only did Richard cover up his son's drunk driving homicide, but he was also behind 2 murders and the car accident that took Garrett from me and Ava. Pure evil. He's eating crappy food while Nina gorges on treats that she typically didn't allow herself, because he would throw a fit over any weight gain. He's sitting in a cell, staring at concrete walls, and she gets to binge-watch every sappy Hallmark movie she can fit into one night. Movies he never allowed her to watch in her own home. Oh, how sweet karma can be. "Are you done stalking?" Lanie calls over her shoulder, not bothering to take her eyes off the television. I wasn't stalking anything. If you haven't noticed, the platters of food don't magically fill themselves. Ava turns toward me, smiling like a loon. "You should really get on that. A magic house that cooks and cleans sounds like a game changer." I smirk. I'll make sure to add that to my Santa list next year. Ava half rolls her eyes, grinning wide and twisting back toward the television. "I just figured you were keeping an eye on the house next door for any signs of movement," Lanie says, shoving popcorn into her mouth. "We just started dating. I'm hardly inspecting his house for proof of life. It's not like I haven't talked to him. Lanie peeks one perfectly microbladed eyebrow. Have you? Talked to him? Because I've seen you check your phone no less than 10 times in the last hour. Why do you always make me sound so pathetic? I've been having too much fun with all of you. I haven't thought about him once. A slight lie, but Lanie Anderson doesn't need to be proven right. How about you come sit and finish the movie with us? Ava suggests, patting the couch cushion. Ignore Aunt Lanie. If you were thinking about Mr. West, that's perfectly normal. I agree with Ava. Ignore Aunt Lanie. Nina purses her lips when she turns toward Lanie, who isn't at all bothered. Come join us. We have plenty of food. Enjoy your time with Aves. I should absolutely be soaking in every moment I have with her. The 2-week break she gets is never long enough. Soon she'll be returning to school, and I'll be in this empty house all alone. I make my way to the couch, taking the seat next to Ava. She smiles at me, squeezing my hand as she scooches in closer, offering to share her blanket. What have I missed? I ask, eyes trained on the big screen. She just got whisked back in time by that sand thingy. I lift an eyebrow at Ava's explanation. I think you mean hourglass, Nina says. Whatever it is, she's about to see the hot actor, Lanie says, grabbing a handful of Cheez-It crackers. It's about to get swoony. Are you hungry, Lanie? I ask, completely mystified by the sheer amount of junk she's consumed in the past 10 minutes. While she has never shied away from food, she typically grabs healthier options. I feel bad that I didn't opt to serve a meal. She purses her lips. Is that a fat quip? I'm offering to make you actual food if you're hungry. I motion to the large platter. I really didn't think this through. She wipes her hand on her pajamas. I'm simply using the holiday as an excuse to indulge. Nothing wrong with that. I didn't say there was. I was only attempting to be a proper host. You failed, she sing-songs. Can you two just get along so we can watch the meet-cute? Nina reprimands, a hint of humor in her tone. Ava squeals, clapping her hands and shimmying in her seat, clearly ready for what's to come. Meet-cutes are the best part. My head shakes and my chest bounces, barely containing the laughter that bubbles within at Ava's reaction. My little girl is 16. She's a young adult, interested in love and romance, something that wasn't the case a year ago. Here, this is yours, Nina says, passing over a mug. It might be a tad cold by now, but it's good. Thank you. I take a sip and sigh. The temperature is perfect. Not too hot and not too cold. The hint of Bailey's just enough to make the cocoa even better. We all settle in to watch the movie, oohing and aahing at every twist that arises. It's cute. Your typical Christmas love story, complete with magic and humor. The type of movies we all enjoy this time of year. Over an hour goes by, and we're moments from the movie's conclusion when the doorbell rings. Ava looks over her shoulder, grinning from ear to ear. When she turns toward me, she lifts one brow. Who could that be? My eyes are narrowed as I run through the short list of possibilities. I quickly eliminate Nick West. I've peeked at the house next door for any signs of him a few times tonight, only to find it dark. He's likely working late at the station. That's been his excuse for the 3 dates he's canceled in the past 2 weeks. Ever since the night Nina showed up on my doorstep, looking as though she'd been run through the mud, he's been distant. I did send him away without an explanation, but he can't be angry with me about that. Nina's practically family, and she was distraught. I needed to be there for her and didn't think she'd be open to spilling her guts with Nick hanging around. Well, are you going to answer it or let them freeze out there? Ava asks, cutting off all thoughts of Nick. I jump up from the couch and rush toward the door, because she's right. It's a chilly night, and nobody should be left to freeze on Christmas Eve. Pressing my eye to the little round hole, I check to see who it is. But there's nobody out there, at least not that I can see. A strange feeling washes over me, and I decide not to open the door. Instead,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?